The moment I heard the system message, the surrounding landscape started to change. The mythical battlefield. The feature of this mythical battlefield was to virtually borrow the stage of a giant story. You have entered the Armageddon battlefield. The game will start after 3 minutes. On one side of the sky, a stairway of heaven opened, while the other side was a door of hell. If this was real, the archangels of Eden would have flocked to the staircase, while the demon kings of the demon world would have come out of the gate of hell. Fortunately, there was no such thing. This was a hypothetical stage. The constellation Guardian of Youths and Travel is frowning at the familiar stage. The Demon King of Lust and Fury is showing hostility to Guardian of Youths and Travel. Many constellations and Demon Kings are confronting each other. I really hoped it wouldn't be a big deal. It's eerie. Zhang Haiyang held his shoulders while looking up at the sky. I heard an eerie sound in the background. I looked at the huge shield that surrounded us. The shield would protect us until the game started. Stay alert. Please check your selected position. The party members regained their composure at my words. Who's the tanker? I am. The tanker was Sam Yongdong. The close-range damage dealers were me and the Breaking the Sky Master, and the long-range damage dealers were Zhang Haiyang and Osu. Han Myung-oh was the supporter. Finally, the all-rounder was... Yu Jung-hyuk? He might have fallen somewhere else. The mythical battlefield depended on where you were summoned from. The helper, Yu Jung-hyuk, has responded to the summons. The message appeared, so Yu Jung-hyuk should be somewhere on the battlefield. Zhang Haiyang asked, Is this game on a battlefield of time and space? I've seen it. If the enemy stronghold is destroyed, that's right. Still, it is a bit different. Usually, an AOS game ended when you captured the enemy's main base. This game was different. We have to capture the sentence, not the base. Sentence? I pointed to the object that was in Han Myung-oh's hand. It was a small monument shining with brilliant colors. What is this? We have to protect that. The monument literally contained a small sentence. Messengers of heaven, gatekeeper of hell. Han Myung-oh was terrified and tried to hand the monument to me. I pushed it with the palm of my hand and stated, Department Head Nim should hold it. It's important to guard it well. It is because it's important that Dokshashi should. Department Head Nim should hold it because it's important. The sentence is usually held by the main participant. The enemies are expecting that. I won't do it. I've never played such a game. Han Myung-oh was dull in games despite being the department head of a game company. Come to think of it, Yu Sang-ah played games as well. Yu Sang-ah carried her team alone and reached the finals of the in-house game competition. However, the person present now was Han Myung-oh, not Yu Sang-ah. In any case, there are 2 ways to win this game. One is to steal the enemy team's sentence. The other is to kill all of the enemy team's participants. It will be easier to steal the sentence. Yes, that's usually the case. Good! Leave it to me! Zhang Haiyang cried out in a highly motivated manner. However, this wasn't a solo game. I know you're motivated, but stop your personal play. From now on, we will make a plan. Bark, bark! Woof, woof! I had forgotten 2 of my companions. The dog who threw himself into the flames was sniffing around the periphery, while the Breaking the Sky Master was lying down like she wasn't interested. I turned my head towards my last hope. Sam Yongdong? He seemed to be listening to advice from other constellations, so he was the only one I could expect anything from. I don't understand, because you are using difficult words. Game? What is this? Sam Yongdong had an incredibly annoyed expression. Some of the constellations of the Korean peninsula are frustrated with the Bald General of Justice. I never considered that he was an elder. Sam Yongdong didn't know the modern game terminology. In any case, I just have to kill all of them? Yeah, it's similar? If that's the case, we'll be the winner. I am your helper. Sam Yongdong started to run while wielding his bamboo stick. The game has started. Then the stage's shield was finally lifted. The stats of all the players will be automatically adjusted based on the difficulty of the game. In the first round, all participants can only use 10% of their original stats. The penalty will be reduced as the number of rounds increases. Then, in our Stairway to Heaven side, small angels resembling fairies started to fly. The team's support group is created. The low-grade angels are helping you. They surprised Osu, barked at the angels. Hey, don't bite them. They're on our side. Samyongdong, wait. Let's go together. It was a roller coaster from the start. Samyongdong was in the front line, and the Breaking the Sky Master and Osu started sprinting after him. Jang Hayoung and I chased them, while Han Myung-oh was timid at the back of the party. Department Head Nim, stay in the back as much as possible. Don't come forward. I will do my best. Han Myung-oh was excellent at running away, and would find a way no matter what. The map changed? We left our main area, and a vast plains area unfolded in front of us. Both sides of the plain had a valley and a forest, respectively. If I remembered correctly, there was the Apocalypse Amungi on the valley side and the Fallen Seraphim on the forest side. In addition, there were quite a few numbers of monsters that gave a buff effect if they were caught early in the map. Wait a minute, Samyongdong, don't go too fast. Believe in me, I'm strong in a war. Samyongdong let out a brilliant true voice and reached into the air. Fallen spirits of the Korean Peninsula, give me the power to win. Who would give strength to Samyongdong? Surprisingly, messages were heard. The constellation Lady of the Brocade Sleep is supporting the constellation Bald General of Justice. The constellation Last Hero of Hwang Songbal is cheering on the constellation Bald General of Justice. The constellation King Hyungmu the Great has sponsored 100 coins to the constellation Bald General of Justice. It was literally a simple cheer. Oh! Soon after, the enemy appeared in front of him. Every constellation in an incarnation body was holding a weapon. The General of Venara poked out his eyes. Thunder-eating bird. There was a monstrous monkey dressed in armor with golden feathers. In addition, King Oedipus, whom I once met. The constellations were encountered seemed to be from the Melodon industrial complex. It was a party where narrative great constellations were mixed. However, there was still a chance of winning because they had less insight into the game. Come on, you barbarians! Samyongdong discovered the enemies and made a sudden attack. His voice was so loud that I felt some expectations for a moment. Yes, I didn't know until I saw him fight. On the battlefield where only 10% of stats could be used, I didn't know the strength of Samyongdong. I couldn't belittle a great grade constellation. There were strong people like Chok Jong-yong among them. This guardian god of victory will break down this battle formation. Samyongdong swept the bamboo stick. The confused constellation screamed and an explosion swept through the battlefield. Flesh scattered everywhere. A weapon was broken. Blood scattered from a wound. The first death has occurred. Samyongdong fought well. I looked around at the party members and cried out, Everyone, run away! The helper Bald General of Justice was defeated by the General of Venara. The industrial complex Melodon team has earned 1 point. Shit. What was with that monk? Believe in him? Han Myung-oh was the fastest when it came to running away. I thought it would be like this, but Samyongdong wasn't just trolling. Samyongdong's spirit is roaming the battlefield. Oh! The dead spirit of Samyongdong wandered around the battlefield and attacked the constellations coming after us. It was thanks to this that we found a chance to run away. However, the enemy's pursuit was fast. The first one chasing us was a huge bird covering the sky. It was the thunder-eating bird. If I remembered correctly, the bird's real name was Garuda. He was the mount of Vishnu, one of the 3 lords of Vedas. His beak changed trajectory in the air and turned towards me. The constellation dog who threw himself into the flames is throwing his body to protect you. At this moment, Osu ran forward. He struck Garuda's body from the side. Fortunately, Osu clung onto the feathers of Garuda. Flames rose as Osu barked at us to run away. Bark, bark, bark. Yep! It was a situation where Osu was clinging to a constellation. It was too late to save him. The helper, dog who threw himself into the flames, has died. Damn it. The situation was getting worse. The Breaking the Sky Master was nowhere to be seen. The people left were Jang Hayoung, Han Myung-oh, and I. I'm sorry. Then Han Myung-oh suddenly committed an abrupt act. Han Myung-oh cut off one of his own legs. The character Han Myung-oh has activated One-Legged Swift Runner level 10. Oh. Han Myung-oh had that damn stigma. Han Myung-oh started running like an ostrich. Yes, it was all over if Han Myung-oh was dead, so it was better for him to run away. By the way, the skill had already reached level 10. Kim Dokja, now what? I blocked Zhang Haiyang and immediately jumped into the surrounding grass. You have concealed yourself in the nearby terrain. The effect of bush means enemies can't detect you. I looked up at Garuda and whispered to Zhang Haiyang. We can't fight against them with our current power. We have to aim to win by default due to the other players dropping out. It was important to buy time. Do you know how to consume time? For now. There was something I believed in. It was strange since I thought I was going to win with just this member. Somehow I had to drag out the time a bit more, at least until it came. Demon King of Salvation, where are you? The true voice echoed in front of the bush. It's been a while since our ill-fated relationship. Fleeing fate and living in a place like this, the blind prophet couldn't read it. The humble but arrogant way of speaking made me instantly aware of his identity. After a while, the presence of King Oedipus, the blind and shrewd king, appeared in the forest. I knew he had participated in this selection. However, I didn't expect to encounter him so quickly. You know that hiding is useless. This blind prophet already knows where you are. The moment Zhang Haiyang's shoulders flinched, I placed a finger to his mouth. Don't worry, he can't read my future with his ability. Thus, it was a clear trap. The moment we revealed ourselves, all the nearby constellations would run. It isn't too late now. Olympus is still open to you. Constellation Demon King of Salvation says to go away and not to speak bullshit. How funny. King Oedipus laughed, but his expression was completely stiff. I'll see if you can keep staying still. The surrounding constellations started to sweep through the bushes. Their attacks were devastating as they used all types of explosions, acid, and fire to damage the nearby bushes. The acidic liquid melted my feet and burned my neck and wrists. However, I held Zhang Haiyang's wrist tightly and didn't move. A little bit more. Just a bit more. The bombardment swept through the area. Fortunately, they didn't seem to have found us. They started gradually moving away from us. Just a bit more. I listened to the sound and estimated their distance. 10 steps, 20 steps, 30 steps. Suddenly, all the explosions disappeared. Run. Zhang Haiyang and I ran out of the bush. We didn't see any constellations. At this moment, a scream was heard out of nowhere. It was a long and terrible scream. In the distant sky, a bird was falling down with a giant sword through its neck. The helper, thunder-eating bird, has been killed.